Why do you believe what you believe? Because at some point in your life, you trusted the information that somebody was giving you. And that someone you trusted told you that a car was a car, a tree was a tree, a bird was a bird, the blue stuff above you is the sky. And that's the way that we began to determine what we believe to be a fact. Most of the things that we believe to be a fact in our lives are told to us through our stories or the news that we hear. So my question would be, if they were deceiving you with the stories they tell you, would you be able to recognize that?
Hey, everybody. That's right. It's Tuesday. And you are watching The Way We See It right here on the FFN network. I am one of your hosts, Blaze Man. And, we got a pretty good show for you tonight, man. We got a bunch of stuff going on. Hunter Biden, there's just crooks and bullshitters and liars and, just all of DC is just shit. So without further ado, I want to bring in the rest of the boys. We'll start off with my boy and Mr. Donnie. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, man? How y'all doing? Hold on, I guess my light didn't go. I forgot to plug it in. But just glad to see everybody. Whatever.
So
World's going to shit, and
we'll let
spend your
Donnie
time.
fix his light so you can see his mug, and we'll introduce the other cat that is part of The Way We See It, and that is the one and only Mr. D.
How you doing, Blaze Man? Donnie,
Yeah, there we go.
straight?
Got my light. Sorry about that. Oh,
All right. Oh, look at him. He's looking. There you go. Got some lighting going on there, right?
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring on the cat that just stirs up all the trouble here on The Way We See It. We bring on the cat, ladies and gentlemen, that, there's about maybe, 15 to 20 women that watch this show. And I got to tell you, it ain't because they like the programming. It's because of this mug right here, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. B.
Howdy, everybody. Howdy. Hello, everybody. And hello, Buffalo Bob. And Mr. D, you had mentioned something about being all straight, whatever else. How come you never asked me, you bitch? Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good time.
So, again, how is everybody doing? Well, I'm just gonna get this, right off the chest. We're gonna do it 10, 15 seconds, and I am leaving The Way We See It. Okay, and Mr. D and Mr. Donald is going to take over The Way We See It, and they're going to run the show, and they're going to do a great job. I will be here, ladies and gentlemen, but in spirit, and I will be in the back, and I will be producing the show and all of that fun stuff. Wish the guys all the best, and hopefully they bring you all some good programmings, and so like Ghost says, when did I get volunteered for this stuff? I don't know, buddy. We're just like throwing you right in on it, yeah.
That's all right. That's all right. He's
Battle
battle tested.
Yeah.
He's battle tested. Look at that mug, chiseled in and all, bro. That's what an American looks like right there.
Oh, say,
Just don't ask
can you see?
Waters.
Hey, what y'all been smoking today, man? What's the name of what you been smoking? Because it's pretty good.
I've been smoking Cools, brother. Cool.
Oh, that ain't what got you.
I don't smoke. I smoke, but I don't smoke that stuff. But anyways, so we got a great show for everybody. I'm like, I got so much on my mind, just like I said, leaving, the show and all that stuff like that. So
okay, well, put out a topic.
But let's get down to the nitty gritty. The nitty gritty. You know what's scary, man?
Besides my ex-wife?
Yeah, but let's get Let's get right down to it, man.
Mhm.
Come on, man. You know, of
Okay,
all
well,
nights to things to get stupid.
yeah, well, say
Anyways,
good evening to Mr. Drum. While I see he says good evening.
Mr. Drummond.
Mr.
Mr.
Jim
Drum in the
Drum,
corner.
good evening to you,
Jim-
sir.
Hey, Jimmy boy.
Hey, Blaze, what are we waiting on?
Oh, Jesus.
Blaze,
Good,
what are we
Oh,
waiting
good,
on?
good,
Jesus. He's
good,
going to
good, good.
talk about.
Hope you're feeling well, pal. Hope you're feeling well. All right, so we're gonna jump right into fucking Mr. Hunter, and I'm just gonna come and I'm gonna say it for the record: is I hope they fucking railroad him like they did Trump. That's all. Because this isn't in. He's not being tried in no blue state, is he?
He's being tried in Delaware, ain't he?
Yes.
I
In
don't,
his
I
home
don't, I don't
state.
remember.
Yes.
So that's the
Yes.
question.
Yes, I do.
Was it?
I do. It's Delaware. It's Delaware, and I just got that
Right.
refreshed today.
He's in his, come on.
Mr.
Well,
B?
first and foremost, Hunter Biden, yes, is being tried in Delaware. How they could even deign to call themselves a state, I have no idea. There's more dirt on top of my mother's grave than there is in Delaware. But Hunter Biden, one of his most inane claims that's coming out of the mouths of his attorneys is that, well, the form that they filled out is confusing, and that's why he said that he wasn't a drug addict, and that's why he filled the form out that way, and that's why he shouldn't be found
Well,
guilty.
you think the form was confusing because maybe he was high at the time he was filling out the form?
I don't know how
Blaze.
many times I myself have filled out those
Blaze, what?
forms. I've never been once confused. I never once had to say, "Oh, you know what? I checked the wrong box. I'm sorry. Can we get another one and start all over again?" or whatever, which would be the right thing to do if you had something wrong. No, no. I don't know anybody anywhere at any time that has been confused by the box is in or this paperwork that needs to be filled out, especially when the gun dealer is right there with you, going and can go over things with you if you have any problems or any issues.
Demas.
No, I'm good. I'm waiting for you, man.
Oh, no. I was just going
Donnie?
to say, well, what I read on one article the other day was Hunter, somehow there's a different federal form for a gun thing. And his thing about answering no as a drug addict, he considered himself an alcoholic at the time. So therefore, that doesn't have anything to do with drugs because alcohol is legal. So in his mind, he answers no, and that's the correct answer because I'm an alcoholic. I'm a drug user, but I'm primarily an alcoholic. Does that make sense? That's what his excuse is. That's what we're
Yeah.
gonna run off. Get the fuck
Yeah,
out of
and
here.
I could see him getting over on that for the simple fact. I think we've signed a couple of forms, i.e., with the ATF when we're purchasing firearms, and I've seen that question, and I suffer from alcoholism, and I thought the same thing. No, I was never a drug addict, but I was drinking pretty hard beer when I purchased my first firearm. Just
No,
saying.
there's one other thing.
Just out and Donnie, this dude, he went to school to be a lawyer, Hunter Biden. So that
Right, but I want to protest on something else he said. He said there's no such thing as a high functioning crack addict. I call bullshit. Because remember that E7 church that was out at the RNU shack? Because he got trouble because what was he doing? Come up hot on the piss test for crack. Fucking was smoking crack all the time,
yes.
but he was fixing shit.
What about Richard Pryor?
Yes.
Yeah, you could be. And Demas, to what you want to say, there's these people that operate sometimes. They're I call them professional drunks. I was one myself. You can function and be an
Yes.
alcoholic or a drug addict and be very functional. You can. So that's a bunch of bullshit.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
a bunch of bullshit.
Yes.
You know.
I'm going to
Thank
come
you,
right up
Donnie.
because my late father, rest his soul, used to. He didn't do this in public, but he used to describe himself and admit to us that he was a what he called a maintenance drinker. He
Okay.
drank constantly to maintain a constant state of inebriation so that he could function. So please
Okay.
do not labor under the misconception
Was
that
his-
what's coming out of Hunter Biden's illegitimate thought processes is in any way possibly the truth.
Oh yeah. Blaze,
Yeah, and
go ahead, dude. Sorry.
no, and let's step back and let's look what Hunter's been through. And there is no way I'm defending this man right now.
No. It-
He lost his brother. Wait a minute, let's back up. The laptop, that's in evidence too. They're bringing that out. The 5 years. That's how long it's been in
that
custody.
could be bad.
Yes,
Oh, that-
yes. Because they're going to bring something else out. Fuck. Well,
No,
shit, bro.
let's
I'm
talk
drawing
about that
blank
laptop
right
real
now.
quick. No matter what you put on it, if Hunter Biden is able to use the, I was an alcoholic bullshit excuse and get away with this, that's absolutely absurd. And I can't handle that one. That's just bullshit. But that laptop, way I understand stuff is once something becomes evidence in a trial, it then can become public information with a freedom of information request. So that might be. I wonder what's going to happen with that laptop and what information is going to come out and be allowed to be put into play.
Unless, for some odd reason or another, the judge sees fit to seal the court records. And I cannot understand, I cannot think of a way, the reason that would happen. Not with this jurist.
That would be an interest of security reasons off the top. That's a no-brainer because it's related to the president and blah blah blah. That they'll get away with that in a heartbeat. So yeah, we're fucked in. We're not going to get any information. Ah, darn it.
Hey, so in Hunter Biden's defense, I hear from family talking about when he lost his brother, he was banging his brother's wife after he died.
And married her.
Weird. But
no, that's in the Bible.
I'm sorry, what?
That's in the Bible.
Yeah, he married. Anyways, I am so fucking lost right now.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. There is a provision in the Bible that if you have a brother, your brother has a wife and he has a family, whatever else, and your brother dies, then you are supposed to step in and take care of and see to the needs of and whatever else, and take care of the family, the wife, the children until they're of age to take care of themselves or whatever else, and blah blah blah. But that is something that's in the Bible. As far as picking her up from the back of the hearse, and doing an Italian hanger with her, something else. I'm sorry, no, but this goes, what he's been doing, I'm sure, goes far beyond what may have been the intent in Scripture.
No, but on his defense and stuff, what they talk about is that was Hunter's way of dealing with his brother's death that he was real close to. Yeah, I bet he was. But I want to get a start date, and I'm pretty sure it's before Beau Biden passes away. Great American. Served with the Delaware National Guard.
Okay.
Adjutant
Your
General.
brother's dying or dies, so you're going through screw your sister-in-law therapy?
Hey, it's therapy. It's therapy, baby. Let him have it, right? Get creative. Don't they say get creative?
Yes.
Now, because, the old methods don't always work. Get creative. Well, shit, man. He has a smile on his face every day or something. I don't know.
Hi, folks. I'm Hunter Biden talking to you about the Trojan nepotism pact.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, exactly. Don't bring that bullshit and think it's something like, oh, there's something wrong with the Biden family. Well, we always know that, but no, you broke the law, dude. Pay your penalties, man. Enough already. Pay the penalties.
Hey, yes, old Hunter. How can, man? What a work of art, man. Just straight up work of art. You know what? I don't know if I can say this or not, but he did lose his mother at a very young age. So the guy had issues,
Well, yeah.
but Joe couldn't see them issues because he was all wrapped up in Congress for fucking 50 years.
Well, I mean, okay. Boo-hoo-hoo. Boo-hoo-hoo.
That
I don't-
you know, and he marries this caretaker, Dr. Jill Biden, and still today I don't know why she's got the doctor in front of her name.
She's
Um,
English type doctor.
and she was
She's like
what, bro?
like you know how you have doctors that for writing.
PhD in something or other.
Yeah, yeah, and she's been published and stuff. That's how she got her
Yes,
doctorate.
yes.
I mean, yeah. Okay, Blaze, play your video. We've been waiting on you to do something with it. You're all antsy. Come on, then, play your video, Blaze.
Yeah, we've got some video here, ladies and gentlemen. To
Oh my
launch.
God, I can see how this is gonna go. Okay, play your video. Jesus.
Alrighty
Hey.
then.
It's the first time the child of a
That's
sitting
FFN.
president has gone
Right.
to trial.
Normal.
The first
Producer,
witness being
can we
heard
shut
right
it
now in the
off?
historic trial of Hunter Biden. The younger Biden is accused of 3 felony charges after obtaining a firearm in 2018 when prosecutors say he was in the throes of drug addiction. Those same prosecutors telling the jury no one is above the law. It doesn't matter who you are or what your name is. Our national correspondent and my co-anchor here on ABC News Live, Terry Moran, is outside court there in Wilmington, Delaware. So, Terry, we understand that an FBI agent has now taken the stand. Bring us up to date. What have we learned so far?
Well, Kira, they've just broken for lunch, but yes, this FBI agent was bringing the jurors through and they beginning the prosecution's case with Hunter Biden's own words in his own voice, much of it, reading the audio. They played the audio book
ahead,
version
Ghost.
read by Hunter Biden of his memoir, Beautiful Things.
No, when we
and the
get done.
passages
No, this little part right here about if there was anybody else, there would be no way in hell these same charges, if I'm up on them here in the county or whatever, no way in hell this gets this much coverage. This is ridiculous. Put the man in jail, tell him he got to stay there. He can sober up, he can get clean. I know he's going to go to some cushy ass resort, whatever. Take him to the resort jail, and he can spend his time there. This has just gone on way too long, and it's at a point where it's just a waste of fucking time to me. That's all I wanted to say.
is where he describes his flagrant
No,
Yes.
Donnie, just wanted to bring something up for one of our future shows. We can definitely talk about the prison system with white collar crimes versus
Okay,
blue
that's
collar crimes.
you guys can
Okay,
discuss that at another time. Back to
Okay,
Hunter Biden.
Yes, please.
So much for staying behind the scenes.
I'm trying to.
over-the-top debauched addiction to crack cocaine. This is a man who has recovered from addiction, he says, and part of that, of course, is taking responsibility and owning up to what happened, and that's what these passages were. I must say his daughter and his mother, the First Lady, Jill Biden, were both very emotional at times while these passages were being played. But the prosecution's trying to show that this was a man who had no business purchasing a firearm, that he was clearly, they said in their opening statement, that he was smoking crack every 15 to 20 minutes from the moment he woke up until the time he went to sleep. Now, in opening statements, I should say, the defense lawyer said that's all well and good, but he claims he's found a hole in the prosecution's evidence that Hunter Biden was not doing that in the days leading up to his purchase, that he'd gotten out of rehab, stumbled a bit, and was trying to go clean. And so they believe that they have an opportunity, the defense does, to show the prosecution through Biden's own relatives. We know what he was like on crack, and he wasn't before he purchased the gun. So that's really the factual drama in the trial right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, on paper, the case is pretty straightforward, right? You just pointed out, he talked about, buying the gun. The prosecution argues that his memoir and his text messages just confirm that he was using drugs at the time. So given all the facts here and even his admissions around his addiction, how's the defense going to push back on this?
That's a great question, and we heard really for the first time in an expansive way what the defense in this case is going to be. It's going to focus on one of the words in that form, the federal form to purchase a gun that Hunter Biden wrote. That word is R. Are you an abuser of drugs or addicted to drugs? Are, the present tense. And Abby Lowell, the defense lawyer, pointed out other parts of that form saying, are you now or have you ever? So there are other parts where they wanted to refer to the past tense that they used, have you ever. They didn't in the crucial section of that form. And then Abby Lowell turned to one word in the charges against Hunter Biden, knowingly. Did the defendant knowingly create a falsehood on that federal form? And so it'll all boil down to what Hunter Biden was doing at the time, in the days leading up to the purchase of that firearm. Now, all addicts know. In fact, Abby Lowell began his statement with a very dramatic moment. He said, as you know, he said to the jurors, as everybody knows, a person who is recovering from alcohol or drug addiction always refers to themselves as an addict. And so I am Abby Lowell, and I am an addict. It was a very dramatic moment, no question about it. They acknowledge that. But the key question for the criminal trial is, did Hunter Biden intend to commit this crime?
Yeah, I'm listening to all of this, and what's running through my head is the thought, can you imagine Bobcat Goldthwait sitting there trying to fill this form out? I think I don't know, I might have at one time had some crack a while, but I'm going to sign this form anyway, okay? Can I get a gun? Unbelievable how incredible, stupid shit we're talking about here.
Prosecution has to prove that, and they say no matter what we all know is that an addict is an addict until they're not. In this chapter of his life, these days leading up to the purchase of his gun, he thought he was getting clean, and that they think could cause reasonable doubt in some of the jurors' minds.
What do we got going on here?
I don't know what he's doing. I went in there. I got something there. I see that he's not going to get off on the forms of him, filling out false forms or whatever. I don't think those charges say they're gonna, leave or what. He'll get stuck with those. So he'll get found guilty of those. The best output, though, I think the one about intent, that's gonna go away because he can easily play like they just said about the one question confusing him, and I was alcoholic. I was probably a little inebriated at the time. So okay, yeah, did I fill it out drunk? No, yeah, probably. Did I intend to make a crime? No, that's not going to fly. So that's the best you're going to get. There's no way that the rest of this sticks very much. Just so wishy-washy. And the thing about an addict, okay, maybe somebody else doesn't agree with that you're always an addict thing. Maybe people think they recover. So I don't agree with that statement so much.
Hey, but if I heard right in the opening statements from Abby, whatever Hunter's defense lawyer is that he already warmed the jury up to look at me. I am an addict as well. Did I read that correctly?
His lawyer did the same thing. He played defense like he's some kind of former addict and he's an addict himself. And look at me, I do good. Fuck that, man. No.
Yes, that's the statement.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't buy that shit. No.
Okay.
So here's a reason to put his ass in jail right here. Just enough right here. Video evidence.
What is that?
This is Hunter Biden measuring his crack.
That's crack for sure. It was tested. That's
well,
crack.
I don't know, Donnie. I don't know, but I'll tell you what. By eye view, 99%, it looks like crack cocaine.
Yeah, it could be crumbled up sugar cubes. They'll argue, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Donnie, good call. Shit, look at the Karen Reed.
Okay, so if you listen real good, I'll try and turn it up. And the underage prostitute, you hear her talking in the background.
Oh, do you know she's underage? Where's the ID? Come on. This is why court drags on. You bring some bull. This looks like that Major Green lady, man. Bringing a bunch of bullshit that don't matter.
This is the description of the video. This is the article before the video.
Okay.
That's what That's what the article
Shit,
says.
All
This
right.
is one of the videos that they're going to be showing in court. Guys, they do homework. All right.
But,
So
and this
listen,
is stupid. This is my point, Blaze.
but it's not because they're going to show this in court, Donnie. What's stupid about it?
What can you prove with it? The
That
little
he's a
bit.
fucking drug addict.
So you know that was crack cocaine. It was tested. You have a lab test. You have
No.
So it's irrelevant to show it in court. That's
It's not.
the point.
It's not irrelevant, and they can
Yes, it is,
argue
Blake.
about it. They can argue
Exactly.
about it or throw it
So-
out. Either way.
So when you create reasonable doubt, guess what? Charges go away. So why would they even bring
What's
this
he,
to court?
because what's he there for? What's he there for?
For filling out forms wrong.
For filling out a
federal
form, and he wasn't a fucking
He's
drug
not even
addict,
there
right?
for fucking drugs.
Right?
It means nothing.
But on the paper, he checked that he wasn't a drug addict.
Exactly, Blake.
So this is
Hey,
not
hey,
submissible in court
It does absolutely nothing
to
for
say
me.
that he was. Well, you're not a lawyer, and you don't
If
know
I'm a
what
juror-
they're going to use.
Oh, okay, but I have common sense as a fucking
I've
juror.
been watching
If
a
I'm a
lot.
juror sitting in that courtroom right now, I'm gonna look at that video and I'm gonna look at whoever's doing it, if it's a prosecution or the defense, and I'm gonna look at you like you're stupid because you
Well,
can't.
that would be you on the
I'm a
jury
juror
panel.
and I play one on TV.
Yeah, I was just saying.
No.
Like I said, the reason why the video is being played, ladies and gentlemen, is because it's a video that's going to be shown in the courtroom. So we'll finish it. See if we can't hear the little girl talking in the background. That's what makes her sound young to me.
I just laid out the bag. It's 2.06.
2.07 without the bag.
So how long is
2.0.
How can it?
I don't know, Donnie. I can fight that now.
Because
He's making
Exactly.
reference to the scale. He making reference. I didn't hear it the first
I didn't
time.
get down that part.
And the
But go
way-
ahead.
I've seen a lot of men wake up in the field looking like Hunter until they get that shot of brandy. Especially out there. in
Listen,
traffic
all I
with a
wanted to
little
prove,
chiller.
whether they're going to use it in court, they're going to throw it out, they're going to do whatever. The bottom line is it's a fucking disgrace. Okay? I mean, and it just pisses me off more to the fact that the shit that they're trying to tear fucking Trump down for. You know what I mean? So go ahead, D.
No, old Hunter. So I want to take this to another level. His security, when all this shit was happening, his daddy was the VP, correct,
A
gentlemen?
lot of the Ukrainian stuff, yeah, a lot of the drug and stuff, other shit.
And when he was, yeah. So the point I'm trying to make, I'm pretty sure this kid had Secret Service around him.
For a good while, yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure Daddy Biden could have said, "Hey, don't let him go down to that street or something." They're supposed to protect. I wouldn't say their targets, their assets. And this guy just seems to. The fuck did he need a gun for? He's one of the most well-protected fucking middle-aged men outside the White House.
And not
with
just
Secret Service.
Not just yeah.
And don't tell me he didn't have
Thanks, man.
Secret Service there, bro. You know, B? He had Secret Service there. Where was the breakdown?
Not ju-
And I'm digging this at a different level, gentlemen.
not just a handgun. It was a wheel gun, 6-shooter, and he had the speed loader. He goes, so you got a 6-shooter and additional ammunition to reload, and you have protection like this. Why the hell do you need all of this? Especially if you've got
Yes.
taxpayer paid for protection.
I need it so that way whoever I'm trying to rip off in Ukraine doesn't send a hooker in my sleep and try to kill me. That's why he needs it. That's why Hunter needs the gun.
Yeah, good point,
It's not
Donnie.
wrong for him
Good
owning a
point.
gun.
There are some who
You know?
theorize that he was actually
Yeah.
North Korean. They called him Hunter Jung Ki.
Either way.
I thought it was
What's
Wang. Trump Wang.
That's
He crossed
absolutely.
in there. He
I know,
crossed
Absolutely.
in there.
That's
He
just
crossed.
Hunter Biden is.
Right.
I think hopefully this gets over quick because it's not even worth talking about anymore. I think it's just crap, and I think it die out real quick as soon as that border thing pops into place that Biden just signed, that executive order that runs at midnight. Yeah,
Bullshit.
we're gonna find out some new truth there. I think that'll take over the news more than Hunter.
That's not going to do jack shit.
Yeah.
Hey, but this right now is helping Joe Biden with his reelection.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, them liberals, they're crying for him. They feel bad for him now. You're
And now
going after
$300
his
million
son. Tell you,
in
liberals.
Trump's coffers.
No, hey, no, I get you, but don't forget, Joe Biden's got a base, man. He's got a base, and they're very sympathetic. The old base to family, not to the new wave of Democrats, but Joe Biden. There's some serious coffers that go into Joe's
I will agree with you.
campaign
Joe
from these
Biden
folks.
has a base, and I hear that Kamala's good at rimming around it.
I don't know. But I think we need to pay some bills, Blaze. So
Okay.
maybe we take a break right now and.
Oh,
All
we're
right, we're
training,
gonna take a
Donnie.
break. All right, ladies and
We're
gentlemen,
training.
stick around for more of The Way We See It right here on the FFN Network. We will be right back in about 3 minutes.
My name is Steven, your Public Relations Officer at FFN Media Network. We believe that every story deserves to be heard. Every voice deserves to be amplified, and every idea deserves to shine. As a small media company, we are committed to creating a platform where content creators, visionaries, and changemakers like you can thrive. You might say to yourself, why do we need FFN Network? Well, let me tell you what we can do for you. 1. Our mission is simple: empower, elevate, and engage. We are not just another media outlet. 2. Our producers will help you build your show, add content, and put you on 15 different platforms. 3. We help you promote your show. Whether it is through captivating articles, thought-provoking videos, or inspiring podcasts, we are here to help you make a difference. What sets us apart? At FFN Media Network, we embrace hard work. Our team of talented producers and creators come from all social classes, ensuring that our content reflects a rich tapestry of experiences, cultures, and viewpoints. Join the FFN team. Join FFN Media Network and be part of a community that celebrates creativity, authenticity, and positive impact. Let us amplify your voice and share your story on FFN Network and with the world. Get to know our founder, Blaise St. Pierre, the new guy in the media industry. So if you have a great idea for a show or a business and want to place an ad on FFN Network, give us a call at 774-704-5145 or email us at ffnnetwork9@gmail.com and join the FFN Network family. Thank you. FFN Network.
Howdy, everybody. Howdy. Welcome back to The Way We Sit. I am one of 3 members here on the air. I'm Mr. B. We've got our D-Man, and we've got our friend that Hayseed over here, Mr. Ghost, who's here. We have been discussing things having to do with the height. Tried it again. Use Mr. Tongue and Mr. Lips. Okay. We have been discussing things having to do with Hunter Biden, and now in this other section of the program, we're going to talk a little more about some Joe Biden, and if I'm lucky, maybe I can bend the arm just right. We might be able to talk about the fact that $300 million have now swollen the coffers of the Trump campaign, but we'll get into this. Let's talk a little more about Joe Biden himself. Good old, I call him JoJo Jack in the Box. Somebody, because every time you have to take and crank the handle in order to get him to pop up, and when it comes out, all it does is bounces around, and then you push the head back down, back into the box he goes. What do you think about that, D-Man? What do you have to say about good old JoJo Jack in the Box Biden?
Yeah, good job leading us into this because we were definitely going to talk about the border bill correction, the executive order he signed today, which I believe goes into effect tonight. And Blazeman, is Mr. Donnie there?
He is now.
Right, Donnie.
Welcome
did you hear
back,
me?
Casper.
So we got.
Bradley goes.
So go ahead, D. Are you finishing up?
All right. No, we were going to talk about the border bill that Joe Biden just signed today, executive order.
Cool. We can get to that because I wanted the reason why Biden was brought up is because of the breaking. Attorney General Merrick Garland has classified at the highest levels the audio tapes of Biden's embarrassingly incoherent interview with special counsel over 2 days and has locked the tapes away in a sensitive, compartmented information facility or SCIF. I mean, is this interview that damning to him that they need to do this? Donald?
If they're trying to classify it that much, I would believe so. I didn't know they were going that far. I know Garland was on the stand earlier today talking about he ain't going to be intimidated and they're not all this other stuff. But there's got to be something in there if they're going to classify that and then start telling the Justice Department and the Congress people, I mean, not the Justice Department, the congressional people, the leadership there and their committees that they're not going to get access to it. And it's even they don't have enough security clearance for it. Damn. Come on, man.
Oh, that's the point I'm trying to make. I mean, is it that bad? Was he literally that forgetful, that stupefied,
I can't answer that question, Blaze, because I only heard bits and pieces of the audible, but the little bit I did hear, on news and shit like that, yeah, he sounds like he's a blubbering fucking fool and he can't even barely form a sentence.
Right.
It sounds like my grandpa, rest his soul, when, the Alzheimer's and shit started kicking in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. But I just, it's very simple why they're classifying the shit out of it. Because if it'll eventually get leaked out. I wouldn't say leaked out, but it'll get unclassified after this shift change up there. The old guard, old Trump gets back in there. But it would hurt his reelection.
Yes.
The less the American public sees him, the better their view on him just improves.
Right.
Little 2-minute blurbs. That's all he needs to do. And he rolls out. That's it. I'm done.
Joe Biden, they could ask him anything and he'd come up with anything. In some way, they would have Karine Jean-Pierre or whoever else come out and flap their gums around in a big circuitous way until it finally came out that somehow or another, at least to them, whatever it was they were saying would make sense and cover it up and move on to something else. It's just going to be one of these things with a broom. Sweep it behind you, sweep it behind you, sweep it behind you, and boom. There's no chance that you're ever going to get away from an honest answer about whether or not Joe Biden is sundowning or whether he's suffering from some early stage Alzheimer's or whatever else. You can ask him about the polls, and he'd turn around and say, "Yes, I understand the polls make great vodka." And
No.
it is. That's the way it is. That's the way it's going to be.
Gentlemen, I'll just give you something I was looking up on Politico, dated the 16th of this month, and it's 8:31 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It says, President Joe Biden has asserted executive privilege to block House committees from obtaining audio recordings of his own interviews with Special Accountant Robert Hur about his handling of classified documents. So he's going to use executive privilege to block his own damning information. And yet we just took Trump to court and we convicted him of trying to hide stuff.
Who
But
also
that's
asserted
not-
executive privilege.
Yeah, right. And they were trying to say he misused his power and he was getting impeached them 2 times, right?
Exactly.
Somebody explain. I don't understand. You know, I'm a rockhead. How can you? There's no way. How can this even be possible? He's going to block his own damning information, and you're telling me there's nothing nobody can do about it. But yes, he is using the legal system, or he's using whatever information tools he can use to make sure he stays in office and he keeps the money train going.
I'll tell you how he can do it. The same way that idiot Dr. Fauci could stand before Congress and sit there and say, "Oh, it wasn't my fault shutting things down. It was all the CDC's problem. It wasn't my decision."
Oh, that's easy for him to pawn off because he's director for some NAIA, alphabet type organization. So it's not his organization. He wasn't in charge. That's easy.
He's got some fucked up friends though, man.
Oh yeah.
I kind of heard a little on some radio AM shit. I want to say NPR, but I kind of shy. Anyways, is that them scientists, they were like, we could do it. No, we can't. And they were like dared to do it, to go to that next level of the coronavirus. And what's sad, and Senator Rand Paul from Tennessee, Republican Party, know your senators, and you can call on any of them by their email or their phone number. Get back to where the fuck I was at, and I'm lost, Donnie. So
no, man, you wanted to go to COVID, but yes, there was some sort of memorandum when Obama was in there with Fauci, when Obama was president, and they wrote some paperwork and they said, "Hey, don't fuck with this shit." You know, yes. Obama signs it, all this, Fauci signs it. Don't fuck with it. We send it to China for you to fuck with in your lab, though, and hey, we'll even send you some fucking money.
Yes,
we'll send you dollars to play with it.
Yes.
That was back when Obama was there. So, of course, they were trying to play with it.
Yes.
Oh, and they do it, a lot of that in the name of science so we can make vaccines for it. Well, if you wouldn't fuck with it, we wouldn't need a vaccine for it.
So, was that – wait a minute. We got a MAGA on the panel, and I feel very honored and privileged to be in your presence, Mr. B, being a MAGA guy. Do you think the coronavirus – was released on purpose to hurt Trump's presidency?
I believe the coronavirus was released on purpose, deliberately, to do more than that. Not just the Trump presidency. I believe the coronavirus was released as a test. I believe it was something that was done as a precursor for something far more ominous at the hands of the Chinese government.
Mr. B, do me a solid and read the latest text from Miss Hartford.
I gladly will. Biden is not smart enough to do that. But the people who want him in office are the people that control him. And I thank Ann Hartford very, very much for it because, you know what, Ann, you get this. Nothing more in the world could possibly be more correct than that.
Let's talk about something else that was I'll agree with Mr. Art with Charles there. I think that coronavirus, I could see where people could make a case that it was released intentionally, and just like you said, Mr. B, it's a test for maybe a chemical attack later. Who knows, right? I see their points, and there might be some fact to it. I don't know, but
so if we start talking about Bill Gates and stuff, and then we start talking about thinning the herd. Could Bill Gates had something to do with that coronavirus? Maybe throw $1 million or $2 million?
Probably. Some of his money.
So they can get fresh tuna from Japan?
No, he probably didn't even know. If Gates, because he gives so much money to medical, he probably doesn't even know if some of his money went that way. You know, through a second, third hand operation, it probably did.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, we got 2 responses from the audience and was quick right after each another was intentionally released. Absolutely intentional.
But let's with the coronavirus, that's always going to stick around. That's a money gravy machine too. I think it was released for financial reasons as well. Just like the flu shit. It's a variant of the flu, so we got to get more people. People weren't getting flu shots. Money was trickling away in some of that area. Come up with a new virus, a new vaccine in the same family. Hey, we can get the money rolling again. I wouldn't put that past somebody either, man.
In my last show, go ahead, please, T.
No, because you're gonna need to respond to this as well. So I kicked Trump in the ass, like, why didn't he? What? And hold up, Mr. B.
Go ahead.
I know there's a lot more. Why didn't he, get rid of Fauci? He was quick with the vaccine shots, with trillions of dollars going out, and he could have stopped all this. But I think the cowarding factor to him, and I use that word very loosely because Trump is not a coward. It was on his watch, man. And in his defense, real quick, I believe they were in his fucking second impeachment already on him, so that was happening too. When I think that, I think the Democrats were actually running the White House with Trump being there, because look at the policies that were approved during Trump's presidency. And I yield to you, Mr. B.
I'm going to come out with this one big ace in the hole, so to speak, the Trump card. Who was his advisor? Of course, Dr. Fauci. And the one thing that Donald Trump does do is when he has advisors that he does, and his sons, especially advisors for things that he does himself know very much about, he tends to rely implicitly on them. And what did he do? Well, there's Fauci right there, leading the people, the lambs to the slaughter, so to speak, and feeding all of his crap to Donald Trump, the unsuspecting. That's what happened. My firm belief.
Okay. I don't know about some of all that. That's far-reaching, but I'll agree with Charles. NIH got over 300 million, and I think Fauci was in charge of that National Institute of Health or whatever that stands for, and that really has nothing to do with a government. It's a private entity, so I don't think Trump could even get rid of Fauci if he wanted to. That's another thing. So I remember something about that coming up. But these pharma companies, all of them get big ass dollars from the government for research. And the problem is with me though is they're on these so-called, because the federal, the FDA and some of these other committees, they can work together with scientists, so they can get paid from the FDA, and they can get grants and all the shit from the government, and then they're involved in the same approval process for the drug they're producing. That just, to me, it's like nepotism, like we were talking about earlier with the Biden family. It's just a conflict of interest the whole way. And that's why the farmers can do what they do.
And Charles Arch and I saw this myself. Fauci claimed he only made $121 a year in royalties, which is a load of freaking steaming horse shit. Plain English.
A couple about 5 zeros behind that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing. They can get royalties from the drug. I mean, wait a minute. We funded you to fucking research this shit. Why do we got to pay your ass royalties?
He himself directly was paid $121, and that's fine. But somewhere there's some shell corporation, a phony S corporation, or some offshore, whatever else. I'm sure he wound up receiving some form of kickbacks or whatever, or a little scratch or whatever the hell it is. But he didn't just walk around with $121 saying, "Wooey boy, let's go out and split a fried dough."
No.
Hey, but I think of. Go ahead, Blaze. Go on.
No, finish up.
No, I'll finish.
Okay.
After,
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Fauci, You were quoted on CBS Face the Nation saying it's easy to criticize, but they're really criticizing science because I represent science. Do you represent science, Mr. Fauci?
I am a scientist who uses the scientific method to gain information.
Yes, you said you represent science. Do you represent science, Mr. Fauci? Yes or no? Yes or no?
No, that's not a yes or no answer.
Yes, it's a yes or no.
I don't think it is.
Okay, well, we'll take that as a you don't know what you represent.
Oh,
But this, as director of the NIH, you did sign off on these so-called scientific experiments. And as a dog lover, I want to tell you this is disgusting and evil, what you signed off on, and these experiments that happened to beagles paid for by the American taxpayer. And I want you to know Americans don't pay their taxes for animals to be tortured like this. So the type of science that you are representing, Mr. Fauci, is abhorrent, and it needs to stop. Mr. Fauci, you also represent the type of science where you confess that you made up the COVID rules, including
I didn't hear what you
6
said.
feet social distancing and masking of children.
I never said I made anything up.
You admitted that you made it up. You
I
made it
didn't
up
say
as you went.
I made it up.
So are you saying this is fake news, Mr. Fauci?
I didn't say I made anything up.
What did you say?
I said that it is not based in science and it just appeared.
But this is science.
What does dogs have to do with anything that we're talking about today?
These are scientific experiments. This is what you signed off on. But you also told the American people they had to distance by 6 feet. They had to wear masks. But let's also talk a little bit further about the type of science that you represent. NIH scientists made $710 million in royalties from drug makers, a fact that's been hidden. Let's talk about the fact about, is it right for scientists and doctors getting paid by the American people, government taxpayer paychecks to get patents, where they're paid millions and hundreds of millions of dollars in royalty fees, especially when the NIH and these government agencies, most powerful agencies in our country, are recommending medical suggestions and advice and making up guidelines like 6 feet distancing and masking of children. Do you think that's appropriate? Do the American people deserve to be abused like that, Mr. Fauci? Because you're not doctor, you're Mr. Fauci in my few minutes. No, I don't need your answer. I want to talk about this right here.
Mr. Chairman,
Fauci,
objection.
Objection. I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time, Mr. Raskin.
Gentlelady will suspend.
Sounds like
Mr. Chairman,
of order.
Just in terms of the rules of decorum, are we allowed to deny that a doctor is a doctor just because we don't want him to be a doctor?
Yes, because in my time, that man does not deserve to have a license. As a matter of fact, it should be revoked, and he belongs in
Gentlelady will
prison.
suspend.
I want to buy your house. I can
Oh,
pay
you
you
do?
cash for your house.
Yeah.
No matter
Good
what
for you.
condition it
The gentlelady should recognize the doctor as a doctor.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, is this what we have become? Is this what we have devolved into? No decorum.
You know what? We can do that hearing about the poor men that were injected with syphilis because I support you in that. That's horrific. And this government that does things like that to Americans doesn't have decorum to the American people.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, she was fucking tough, man. She was. I mean, she could be a bit of a bitch too, you know. Donald, did you want something to jump in here?
I really would. That's what they did to Mr. Fauci, Dr. Fauci. Okay, she don't want to address him as doctor. That's her. That's okay. She doesn't want to address him as that. That's fine. That shouldn't be a problem in a court of law. Whatever. She should have enough respect. Though, okay, you want to be doctor? I'll say doctor. That woman is absolutely pathetic because about anything she did there other than bringing in the dogs for the scientific experiment when we're talking about COVID, are you trying to relate the two? Because I don't think she makes any fucking sense. She doesn't tie shit together. She's just up there trying to badmouth somebody. Waste your fucking time.
Right? Agree.
Wasted tax dollars, no different than fucking what he did. And she claiming.
Well, I don't know about what he did in her.
Every time she gets up for morning to get dressed to work and she goes in them halls and blabs her fucking mouth, she wasted taxpayer dollars.
Yeah, she's getting paid
for the day.
Yep, you're getting paid for the day. All right, B.
508-974-4231. I want to hear from the people that are out watching and listening to this. Do you think Dr. Fauci's name should be changed to Dr. Joseph Mengele? A man's performing heinous medical experiments on these animals, these trusting, loving animals, doing these crazy things, and also was at the hands of these sick, twisted experiments, unleashing these vaccines on the American people, forcing people and causing people to be forced to get vaccines that they didn't want, just so that they would save their own jobs, save their own ass, be able to take care of their families. All because of Fauci, this piece of crap.
You're right here.
Hold on. They were playing
can I go
outside the room. Go ahead, Mr. Demas. Go ahead.
All right. Her brand. I cringe when I see her, man. I don't know what kind of.
I just gotta ask right now, how pissed off do you think I am seeing those fucking pictures? Okay, of him killing. Okay, beagles.
Yep. They didn't just kill.
Okay.
They didn't just kill.
All right, son of a bitch. That's what I say.
Y'all stepped all over my line. That's a good show dog there, Blaze.
What's that?
That's a good show dog. Next time, don't interrupt me, okay?
Yeah, I didn't have my my headphones on, so
okay.
Shame on you. So here we go. Let me do a reset real quick. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I cringe when I see her. Today she looked very respectful because I just forget what she did when she showed pictures of Hunter's penis and all that other bullshit. I thought that was a little, but what she did today, man, the likable meter is back and barely touching the green though, but living in the red. But who am I? I'm just fucking American with an opinion, trying to figure out this First Amendment shit. That's all. The dogs. And I wanted to capitalize on that just like you did, B, and Blazeman with the actual dog in there. Look at that. He talking. You hear that?
Yeah, now we know.
I bet you Trump will use
put a picture.
This.
I'm sorry, D. I put a picture.
Trump will use but Trump will use that picture, or this will be one of his little campaign liners. Watch the pictures she shows, because she's showing the world what's about to come. I'm telling you, watch the dogs. The dogs.
No, I mean,
that's going to be fed to the Trump campaign, or she probably got it from the Trump campaign.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't see how that would help in an election either way. I really don't.
The COVID. How do you put that? The COVID thing.
The gentleman is out of
point of regular order, please.
The gentleman is out of order.
Decorum.
I recognize the point of order. Go ahead with your point of order.
No, I was going to say what Representative Raskin said. That's completely unacceptable to be able to deny Dr. Fauci, who's here, a respected member of the medical community, his title, and that's actually a personal attack on his character.
And I have instructed her.
He's not respected.
And I've instructed her to address him as a doctor.
I'm not addressing him as doctor. Let's talk about.
See, I mean, like, I agree with Donnie. She's just like, she's pushing a fucking issue that doesn't need to be pushed. Okay, and that's why this show is called The Way We See It, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, okay, enough's enough. You know what I mean? I'm glad that somebody gets up there and gives Fauci the business, because we all know it's just a bunch of fucking bullshit. They had no idea what they were doing. Okay, and I'll finish up right after we take this break. We'll be back in about 2.5-3 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, with more of The Way We See It right here on the FFN network. We'll be right back.
My name is Steven, your public relations officer at FFN Media Network. We believe that every story deserves to be heard. Every voice deserves to be amplified, and every idea deserves to shine. As a small media company, we are committed to creating a platform where content creators, visionaries, and changemakers like you can thrive. You might say to yourself, why do we need FFN Network? Well, let me tell you what we can do for you. 1. Our mission is simple: empower, elevate, and engage. We are not just another media outlet. 2. Our producers will help you build your show, add content, and put you on 15 different platforms. 3. We help you promote your show. Whether it is through captivating articles, thought-provoking videos, or inspiring podcasts, we are here to help you make a difference. What sets us apart? At FFN Media Network, we embrace hard work. Our team of talented producers and creators come from all social classes, ensuring that our content reflects a rich tapestry of experiences, cultures, and viewpoints. Join the FFN team. Join FFN Media Network and be part of a community that celebrates creativity, authenticity, and positive impact. Let us amplify your voice and share your story on FFN Network and with the world. Get to know our founder, Blaise St. Pierre, the new guy in the media industry. So if you have a great idea for a show or a business and want to place an ad on FFN Network, give us a call at 774-704-5145 or email us at ffnnetwork9@gmail.com and join the FFN Network family. Thank you. FFN Network.
Hey, hey, hey. Yeah. Hey, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for sticking around for more of The Way We See It. The announcement was made earlier today, and for those of you that are just joining the show now, I'm going to step back from The Way We See It. The Way We See It is going to stay just the way it is. It's going to be turned over to Mr. D and Mr. Donald. And I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, they'll do a great show for you. I'll be here in spirit. I'll be working behind the scenes and producing the show. I'm taking a step back because I need to do more work on the network, and I want to do and put a lot of my time into my new show, The Coffee Shop, on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. With me, yours truly. So yeah, so let's give a round of applause for Dee and Donnie.
Pending
pending
contract negotiations.
And they're gonna take over The Way We See It for the FFN network. Hopefully it goes well. You know what I mean? So yeah. So for me, Fauci, man, we'll finish off this video and then we'll get back to the whole COVID thing. Because be prepared, ladies and gentlemen. They got something in store again. So let's listen. I think the batteries are running low in my mouse.
About this, I'm reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my time.
Words get taken down.
I'm reclaiming my time.
Second that.
Point of order.
Suspend.
All right.
A member can only move to have words. I'm sorry. The issues we are debating are important ones that members feel deeply about. And while vigorous disagreement is part of the legislative process, as I said at the beginning, members are reminded that we must adhere to established standards of decorum in debate. This is a reminder that it is a violation of House rules and the rules of this committee to engage in personalities regarding other members or to question the motives of a colleague. Remarks of that type are not permitted by the rules and are not in keeping with the best traditions of our committee. The chair will enforce these rules of decorum at all times and urges all members to be mindful of their remarks. Does the gentleman from California have anything further?
Well, we should take her words down.
Yeah, I made it. I offered that her words be taken down, Mr. Chairman.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a point of order.
Mr. Griffin
they
is
accused us
Mr.
of
Griffin is
worshiping President Trump. We don't worship President Trump.
Gentlelady will suspend. Mr. Griffin, you have a point of order.
Mr. Chairman, while it may not be polite, I believe the rule only applies to members of this body, the Senate, and the President of the United States. I do not believe that it applies. The rule on taking down words does not apply to a witness. Again, I'm not condoning the words. I'm just relating or asking whether or not it applies to individuals who are just happen to be here in front of us.
I agree. The chair overrules the point of order by the gentleman from Maryland, but ask that members please afford all other members the respect they're entitled, refrain from using rhetoric that could be construed as an attack on the motives or character of another member or the witness. You may proceed.
Thank you.
I don't want to rinse my detergent jugs before recycling them. So here's what I do instead.
That chairman of the board, Republican, we all seen that, but y'all see his nameplate? He was a doctor himself.
Right.
Doctor of what?
Go ahead, Donnie.
No, that's our politics. They spend more time just bickering with each other, and that's why shit don't get done. I see why shit don't get done. That's pathetic. That's absolutely pathetic. I'm sorry.
It was. I agree with you. I mean, none of it was really called for. I mean, she had control of the floor when she was, throwing out the pictures of the dogs and all of that stuff like that. She didn't need to push things any further. Go, B.
Just a little point of information for you, gentlemen. Most of the people that are in those seats
the information is not for us. It's for the viewers.
No, it's for you as well. The majority of the people that are in those seats all are attorneys. All the people who have gone to school, they received a juris's doctorate.
Not all of them, though, B.
Not all of them, but a good portion of the ones that are attorneys receive a juris doctorate. So they need that before they can go and take the bar exam, become an attorney. So all of them, if you will, are doctors, so to speak, or have a doctorate. Although it being a juris doctorate. That and a bucket of quarter will get you a cup of coffee.
I guess, man. But I don't
Johnny,
know.
we got a couple of comments, man, from Miss Hartford. Do you care to read?
Yeah, no. I know she said something about Blaze. Your show isn't long enough. Hate to hear that. Good luck. What do you mean by not long enough? I'm confused. But whichever. I don't know. I just
thanks for the comment, Ann. I don't know what she meant by that either, Donnie. Your show isn't long enough. Oh, maybe because I only do my. Go ahead, Donnie.
Oh, she might. Go ahead, Blaze.
It's okay, Ann. Ann, you can email the network, hon. We've heard from you a few times on the email. We don't mind. You can ask me that question, and I'll answer it then. Okay, go ahead, Donnie.
No, Blaze. I want to ask you. She wanted to bring up Caitlin Clark. You were talking about bringing that up in the text. So
yes,
what's your deal with Caitlin Clark, man? Because I see a lot there too. But go ahead.
No, first I would like to, Blaze, behind the scenes, pull up the video I sent to the network on Messenger. This is it's not even hidden.
Did you send it to the network messenger, or did you just send it to the way we see it?
The way we see it.
The way we see it. Okay, there it is. Yeah, you sent it there. All right, go ahead.
No, if you could gear that up, just so they're going to give a little back.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brief.
I thought you was going to set it up. Are you setting it up, or is the video?
No, the video. The video will set it up.
All right, bud.
And there's going to be a lot of talk about this here in the near future.
Can I ask a question? For the viewers might have this on their mind too. You think this is going to play? Well, you didn't say if I could ask the question. I might spoil something. I don't know. Do you think this is some of the other girls maybe being a little jealous? And I'll play your video. That's all I'm saying.
How will she go for history?
This for college basketball history. So this is a female basketball player called Caitlin Clark, and as you've just seen, she's broken nearly every female college basketball record, and she's actually good to watch. Now, you think that other ex-female players would be happy that she's breaking records and actually making people want to watch female basketball, but no. Instead, they're trying to tear her down and play down all her accomplishments. Take a look at this.
I'll just go ahead and get the elephant out of the room. I don't think my record has been broken because you can't duplicate what you're not duplicating. And so unless you come with a men's basketball and a two-point shot, hey, you know.
You asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year.
What?
Yeah, that'll go in the record books as Caitlin Clark is the all-time, whatever it is. I don't even know what the number is. Dang, like he or she's killing them.
Female,
But you
fearless
have a
and black.
25-year-old
That
playing
says
against
it all
a
for her
20-year-old.
right there.
You should be killing them.
Yeah.
Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
Here we go.
Will Caitlin Clark come into the WNBA and do what she's doing right now? Absolutely not.
haven't seen a female play like her.
No, me either.
That's
Because
all I'm saying.
But I think it's like from a freedom standpoint too. I haven't seen a player with that type of green light before in college.
I've never seen the style of what she plays.
I mean,
I've never seen a female play like that.
I've had games
like that.
I've had games in college and pro, 6, 7, 8 threes made.
All those women are meant to be
smell what
legends of
they're
female
shoveling?
basketball, so you'd think they'd be mature, but instead
Yeah,
they're
no,
acting like
this-
salty little teenagers that can't accept that someone's better and more entertaining than they were. Now recently,
Because
Caitlin
women
Clark
are
was
worse than
drafted as the
men.
number one
Sorry,
pick in the
said it.
WNBA.
Hand me
With the
down,
first pick
send me
in the
emails.
2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa.
Now you'd think that her getting drafted would actually make other players excited, considering that she actually draws in a crowd and she's actually got fans, unlike the other Muppets.
They follow her too.
But instead of these other players being happy about it, all we've seen from them is jealousy and negativity. It's embarrassing.
The reality is coming.
Okay.
You know, there's levels to this thing. You know, you look superhuman.
Hey, I just got to do this real quick, ladies and gentlemen. I just got to do this real quick for my boy, because I didn't think that this was fucking going down this bad. I seen like one or two things. You know, I seen the elbow shot from the black girl against her and stuff like that. And I watched a little bit. No big deal. But I didn't think it was in this fucking depth, bro. And you definitely deserve this for this segment.
No, I prefer Paco.
Yeah. All right now.
Thank you.
Been playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time. There is going to be a transition.
I've been playing with 18-year-olds. I mean, do you hear college guys saying that to like, an NBA guy say it to a college guy? You know what I mean? It's like
every year.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to, because I didn't know this was in deep and this is fucking pissing me off. I'm going to mute my mic.
Period where you're going to have to give yourself some grace as a rookie. And, it might take a little bit longer for some people.
But our last hater is Jamel Hill. During an interview, Jamel Hill made multiple claims against Clark, saying that the women's basketball audience would be growing with or without Clark, also mentioning that Clark is only getting so much attention because she's white.
That the criticism is often very one-sided. Caitlin Clark talks her shit. Caitlin Clark is demonstrative. Caitlin Clark, people aren't bothered by that. People aren't bothered by it because they're caught up in the narrative of, oh, here's this, wonderful, kind soul from the great state of Iowa representing middle America. So they put all these sort of...
This woman's a racist.
Yeah, even ESPN fired her.
Let's hear what she has to say. Let's hear her go.
Okay, B. But again, I'm just saying, man.
No,
I didn't know it was getting deep like this, D.
No,
this is a shame.
Let me. Do you know this lady here, Jamel Hill?
I don't know her that well. No, not at all. Well, did she used to work for ESPN or something?
Yes, as a
All right,
sports
go ahead.
reporter and she would get the lead on a lot of stories and stuff, and she was starting to sound like this, and they got rid of her. She ain't nothing but an Al Sharpton offspring. That's all it is.
In the sports world.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Al Sharpton of sports.
Yep.
Okay.
A kind soul from
Donald. Did you know that this was getting deep like this with this young woman?
The media makes this a point every damn day on the news and, internet when you're surfing around. They make a point of the color thing every day. Caitlin Clark, see, I know everybody, that's half her own damn fault, but we'll get into that after the video.
Yeah, because we start
she's
talking.
being blamed for something now? Okay,
No,
I got to definitely finish this.
the great state of Iowa representing middle America. So they put all these sort of, what happens in these sports race wars is everybody projects their own shit on the people coming.
And since we've seen Caitlin Clark play in the WNBA, we've seen more players concentrate on trying to take her out than outplay her.
Okay.
That's the one.
That's just a good hit.
More.
They got it.
Look at this, bro.
That bitch.
Come on, bro.
Standing on the play before bumping in with Caitlin, it seemed like she turned to you a little bit after the Fever
I
score.
didn't answer no Caitlin Clark questions.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything. That's enough.
Wow.
People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas. And I know I'll go down in history. I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watch women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. It's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game.
So this is another player called Angel Reese, who I've heard is actually bearable to watch. And the eyes never lie, Chico. You can see how jealous she is, and you can see how personal that foul was.
A lot of it has to do. What did she get? Like a $23 million fucking contract from Nike?
No, from Wilson. She got something from Wilson and it was up around 20 something. Yeah. She got a
sure it was Wilson or not? I thought it was Nike. I'm sorry.
She signed a deal with shoes, but she got a signature dress line or something from Wilson. She got something signature for Wilson too. So yeah, there's a lot of people jealous of the money she's getting, but that's hey, it's marketing and it's the time we're at. It is what it is.
No, it's
not is what it is, but let me
finish. It is. No, it is.
No, because if this was a white girl in any way, fucking shape, or form, talking about a black woman like that, it ain't gonna fly right. So it is what it is, man.
No.
They're fucking literally attacking this young girl. Okay. So
hold on, Blaze.
Go ahead.
Stop,
I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
I said it is what it is about the marketing aspect of it all. The contact and everything else in there, that's a totally different subject. And half that contact she brings on her fucking self because she doesn't say a lot of we, team, and all this other stuff. It's a lot of I and me.
Oh, so, I don't know. I ain't gonna.
And I'm gonna
do
tell
you
right
want
now,
something to say
I'm gonna
there?
tell you right now. Here's something else that nobody looks at. Watch her videos. Go back to college. The same thing. She come around, shot, something happens. Half the time she's just spouting at an official. Yeah, I'm telling you from experience.
So what? So she's competitive.
No, Blaze. No, Blaze. That's not why they spouting at officials to be competitive. That's why they talking shit to each other on the court. When they spouting at officials, I call it barking. When you
but that's officials, and that's on the game. That's not after the game.
Let me finish talking, Blaze, because I'm gonna get to a fucking point in a minute.
All right. Well, hurry up.
Well, shut your one mouth, open your two fucking ears for a minute. When you start barking at officials, after a while, it becomes background noise. So when that elbow comes or that little hip check comes and you go bouncing on the floor, I was in my PCA. I didn't really see it. Darn. So that's where she brings it on herself. Some of it's on herself.
I think it's jealousy. Jealousy. Plain and simple. Okay. Plain and simple. These girls have been playing. They've been in the league a few years. They're lucky if they're pulling in 80,000 a fucking year. And here comes the little white girl who can shoot and who can play fucking basketball and gets the contract. And yeah, as you've seen from the crowd, there's a bunch of little white girls that want to fucking be Caitlin Clark. You know what I mean? And they're going to games with mommy and daddy and all of that shit like that. Yeah, so she is doing exactly what they're saying she's doing and bringing in the crowds to watch the fucking games. last year, they were talking about it was the worst fucking year for the league as far as attendance.
Mm-hmm.
Can we finish the video? Can we finish the video?
Yeah, right. It's almost over.
I'll come back to that. I'll blow Blaze up later.
You know, it's one thing your rivals being jealous, but when it's your own teammates, you've really got to start wondering what the fuck is going on.
Caitlin Clark's own teammates were being super disrespectful by sarcastically thanking her for showing up to the post-game press conference after she walked in when it had already started. And this is how you know the jealousy is real. And it is why some of the players on her own team won't pass her the ball, because the only reason she was late was because she stayed after the game to sign autographs for a bunch of kids. The only difference between the WNBA and college basketball is how scared these professionals are of getting burned by Caitlin, because they're face guarding her on inbounds even when the ball is way ahead of her. You've got girls forgetting that they need to shoot 2 free throws after getting fouled since they don't want the ball to get inbounded to Caitlin. The entire league is trying to injure her on dirty screens and fouls.
See, one of the reasons why this girl, Caitlin Clark, is actually good is because, like any top athlete, she's got an elite mentality. She's still cooking, she's still playing well, and she's not letting all this shit get the better of her.
Yeah, I think everybody's physical with me. They get away with things that, probably other people don't get away with. And it's tough, but that's just the fact of the matter. Is like, this is a very physical game. You're going to get pressure. That's just professional basketball. So I think it is what it is, honestly.
Is that something that you expected going into the league? You said that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
And you know what, honestly, I wouldn't even care that much about the opinions of the other WNBA players who nobody gives a shit about when you've got real basketball legends backing her up and praising her game.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in.
What does he mean by her sport? Doesn't she play the same sport he does?
Women's basketball. Women's basketball. It's referring to women's basketball.
He could have just said basketball, but all right.
And don't get it twisted. Don't get up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But for her individually, I don't think she should get involved on nothing that's being said. Just go have fun, enjoy, but I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before. I hope she kills.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty, girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world.
Oh, you are.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA. What she's accomplished, give her flowers. Stop being petty, all you women out there. Caitlin Clark, thank you for bringing all that money and shine to the WNBA.
Can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. Like, she's a performer. The amount of attention that she has gained over the course of these last couple of years, every building she goes into is a different energy. Great for her, great for women's basketball.
Now, there are some people the last couple of weeks, and I ain't going to call your name, but you're going to see this, and I'm talking to you. What are they supposed to do? Let her score? They're trying to win. That's not basketball. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Instead of being like, man, more people are talking. More people. Think about it. The game that the Las Vegas Aces played against with Caitlin Clark, the tickets were triple that a regular season game than what they were in the finals. Now you tell me what that is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Look where they're having to move the games to. They're moving games, putting them on big time situations.
Right.
You're jealous.
Caitlin Clark is actually making the WNBA bearable to watch. She's actually a good player to watch. These players should be thanking her. She's bringing in more revenue, more eyes, more fans. It's going to help them. And I'm not saying for them not to compete and to put her on a pedestal. They should treat her like any other opponent. But what they're doing now is not basketball. They're trying to take the girl out. The thing is, they're just creating a monster, because usually what happens with these top athletes is it makes them pissed off and it makes them better. I hope she succeeds. I hope she can...
I got something to say about this. You guys
Hold
don't mind.
Hold on. All right, B. Go ahead.
What we're seeing here is classic bullying. And that's all that it is. These people are not happy that she is achieving the success that she is. She is going out and she has the ability. She is not just captivating an audience or whatever. She's not grandstanding. She's actually doing what it is. Now, a lot of you all know that I don't care a fiddler's fart about any kind of professional sports. I never have, and I never will. But what I'm seeing here is a young lady who is truly advancing herself because she is applying herself. And she's doing it, and she is getting the results because of the efforts that she's putting in. And these other people are jealous of it, and they don't want her to take what they believe they themselves should be given. Well, you know what? I don't care if fiddlers fuck for that. Pardon my language, and I yield.
You had to find a way to use the F-bomb and something, huh? Go ahead, Donnie.
What? One, I think the media is the problem for the race part of it, because if any of you listen to more than just a little bit of news, you'll know that there are so many people outside of the WNBA, in the WNBA, that are talking great things about Caitlin Clark. And Taurasi from the Mercury, she was right 100%. Caitlin Clark is going to struggle in his rookie year. Angel Reese says she has her struggles, but they're not made. The media doesn't make a big deal of it. But Angel Reese is right. They're going to see Ionescu. Back in the day, they went to see Lisa Leslie, Candace Sparks, Breonna Stewart. That was a perfectly legal pick. Well, guess what? Welcome to the WNBA, rookie. You know what? And
that was a legal pick. You're saying in that video that was a legal pick.
Yes, that's why they didn't call us out, because she gave her more than one step to see.
That's a charge.
No, Breonna, she was set, gave her more than 2 steps because she was from behind her for her to get out the way. So that's her teammate's fault not telling her the pick's coming.
Oh, I see. And her calling her a bitch before she did it.
Well, then she called her a bitch. That's part of basketball. That's the shit talking part.
I think that she threw her shoulder into her. And I think that Caitlin did a little bit of Hollywood there too. So, okay. And that one, we definitely could argue that as like a sports argument. Yeah, I'll go with you with that. But
she brings part of it to herself because she'd be talking just as much shit back.
But for your teammate, her teammate better watch her fucking step, because, she's a lot valuable than her. So they just might let her go. Go ahead, D.
Donnie made mention of a word that really stuck to me, and was marketing. And the consumer out there they like what they see in Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
That is it. Shit, the WNBA, what is it? A bunch of lesbians, correct?
No. Maybe half.
Why would
but
you say that?
Maybe
There's
half.
a bunch of basketball players that are female.
Yeah. I mean, why would you say that?
I'm not saying that because Caitlin Clark is straight. That's one strike against her.
Whatever, man.
I'm serious, bro. You don't think so?
No, I think the media
no.
So you're saying that some of it is because they're lesbians?
Wait a minute. I haven't left marketing yet, and we're at the macro level, not at the micro level. Why is she selling out seats?
People want to see her come. It's that.
They want to see her play. Yeah.
Why didn't they want to see her? Why didn't they want to see the WNBA 2, 3, 4, 5? WNBA's been around a while, hasn't it, Donnie?
Yeah.
Because why? It's not only the likability, it's not only the product but it's the likability of the individuals.
Yes.
And then you stop breaking it down, to morals.
It's like any sport. You know what, D? I agree with you because look, say for instance, all hypothetical, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm making a point. Okay, so back then, I mean, the Chicago Bulls were fucking garbage. Michael Jordan comes along. The Chicago Bulls are one of the biggest fucking franchises in basketball. Right? So a whole bunch of new people start watching the Chicago Bulls and start buying their merch and start doing all of that because of Michael Jordan. Okay? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? And guess what, for everybody else is sitting there trying to give this fucking kid a hard time, all right? She's doing the same fucking thing. Okay? All right. Where did she get drafted to? An Indiana team? Okay. So she plays for a basketball team in Indiana and now their revenue is gonna go up, I don't know, 40 fucking percent because of one player. Because of one player. Right? That's how this shit works.
Bro, they are scrutinizing her so much. Not all the WNBA teams.
I'm just happy that the guys are coming out.
No.
The
charter flights, they used to just fly with, Joe Scuffy and shit. They got wind that Caitlin Indiana Fever were on a chartered flight. One young lady cried foul. Shit, the whole WNBA now.
Yeah, but part of that was
they're all on chartered flights now.
Yes, and that was part of CBA. That was part of CBA. We forget about that. They have a CBA too, and some of that was there. But let's talk about 4 or 5 years ago. You didn't have anybody shooting from 30 feet away in the WNBA. Now you do. INS do. Exactly. There's people that go to New York Liberty games to watch her. She do the same thing.
She's like the fucking Larry Bird
exactly.
of the women's WNBA. I don't know.
Why?
No, there's people making that comparison out there that she's saving them just like Magic and Larry saved the NBA back in the day.
That's what I'm.
Yes,
that was my fucking
comparison.
We scratched it out of you.
And why ain't these girls fucking seeing that, man? Why ain't they getting it ready for the next generation like the regular NBA did?
I think some of that y'all missed the point on. They're teaching a rookie a lesson on some of that stuff, and Caitlin be talking just as much trash. So I think it's the media and everybody else that brings the race and all the other bullshit into the story. That right there, a lot of what I see is a lot of.
I don't know.
Welcome to the league, rookie.
Yeah, but if the person said it, I don't understand how it's the media's fault. That other black woman was on her own YouTube channel, and the one that got fired from ESPN or whatever, and said a bunch of racist shit about the girls. So
once again, that's somebody outside of the WNBA, and it's somebody in the media
but
network, media, whichever.
And she has the fucking viewership, and for people to believe and buy her garbage that she's spewing.
Okay, but still, social media is still media outlets, right? Still the same shit. That's what I'm talking about. So what? You have it over there. It's social media and everybody else that brings race and all the other bullshit into the story. It has that has nothing to do with Caitlin Clark out there pooping up and getting kind of struggles and getting beat up a little bit because just happens
again
sometimes.
Getting beat up on the court, and blatantly trying to hurt her like the video was saying. I must have heard that about 15 times. Oh, they're trying to take her out. They're trying to take her out.
No, they're not.
That's not teaching a rookie nothing.
That's not, no. Well, that what do you talk? Wait,
Donnie, that double screen. Did you see that double screen?
Yep.
That double screen thing, bro, man.
Okay, that's a hard screen. What is the purpose of a screen? To get an advantage and knock the opponent on their ass. I'm sorry, that's the purpose of a screen in basketball.
I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing the stuff as far as the game goes.
But the one where the girl just did that when that ball was out of bounds, that's flagrant. There's no need for that. I get that.
I don't understand why you're just not coming out.
Maybe not.
What the point is that you wanted to do this segment is because and I looked at the video and I think just the way you wanted the video to be played, these fucking broads were being racist, every last one of them towards this kid. All right, that's what I fucking saw right away. Okay, right away. All right, and everything the NBA guys were saying, they said everything that we were saying except the word racist. I don't know. I think there's more that see what the whole point of this video was than just her being, hard charged or something on the basketball field.
Maybe they're trying not to play the race card.
Because
the world is so tired of hearing it.
Well, no, and I don't even think it's that. The bottom line is everybody's trying to say, shut the fuck up, because this is good for the league.
Yes.
Okay.
What's good for the league? What's happening to this girl? How is this good for a league?
It's good for the league what she's doing for it, B. You've been here for the same conversation, right?
You got pioneers, and she's a pioneer right now for the league.
Yeah, but don't like it, though. It's another privileged little white girl that's, that happens to be good at basketball.
I think she started off at 4 or 5 years old in a driveway of her dad's house and just banging fucking the ball every day.
Yep.
I don't think she was born with them skills. She got developed, and it looked like she worked very hard to where she's at. And I wish
I can picture it like you said.
I wish the WNBA success as well. But come on, don't.
No, dude, I'm even thinking of trying to catch a game with her playing just so I can watch. All right, just so I could see how she's treated on the field. If anybody fucking else and shit like that, bro, I could care less about that league. Just like everybody else did. That's why it was so poorly. It didn't make money. What was the highest paid? The girl that got in trouble, got arrested in Russia. What was her highest salary here in the NBA? Like fucking $280,000 a year or something?
Oh, I doubt that. Yeah. I doubt that.
I don't even think it was that high, because the purpose for her going over to Russia was she could play for another league, right? So to make money, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you know what? A lot of them sit down in their fucking living room right now and see how that might change because of little old Caitlin Clark coming in with her powerhouse fucking threes. It's going to change. It's going to change just like football did, Look, when they were drafting number 1 draft picks, most of the time, running backs, quarterbacks, or whatever, they were getting what? Fucking 2-year deals for like fucking $100 million. And the rest of the league was like, fuck this, man. You know what I mean? I've been in the league fucking 3 years. I made my bones here and all of that stuff like that. Where's my money? You're drafting an unknown fucking player and giving them millions of dollars. You know what I mean? So, but I loved it, brother. I loved it. I got to do it again. I got to do it again.
Nah, it's all good. Johnny, I got one more.
You stop be biased,
yes, sir.
Bro.
Yes, sir.
Stop that. We got to take a break, brothers. Ladies and gentlemen,
let me just ask you this. Professional growth. Her professional growth, Caitlin Clark, from rookie to her second year. What do you see? And I can wait.
Oh, she'll be tearing it up next year.
I can wait.
They'll be talking MVP talk.
She's going to take that team to the playoffs this year.
If
and only this year, her teammates fucking get behind her. If her teammates get behind her.
I don't know,
okay? We know B's got nothing to say. Because he could give up
I've already spoken my piece about this. As far as I'm concerned, I would find more joy watching glue dry than watching a basketball game or a football game or any kind of professional sports, because it's all a bunch of multi-million-dollar crybabies going on strike to play games. Once all of that stuff happened, if I want to see a game, I'll go watch my niece or nephew or kids play a game, because then it's a game.
No, parents are just as bad. But anyways, that's another story. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in about 2.5, 3 minutes. Stick around for more of The Way We See It, our last half hour. We'll be right back, man.
My name is Steven, your public relations officer at FFN Media Network. We believe that every story deserves to be heard. Every voice deserves to be amplified, and every idea deserves to shine. As a small media company, we are committed to creating a platform where content creators, visionaries, and changemakers like you can thrive. You might say to yourself, why do we need FFN Network? Well, let me tell you what we can do for you. 1, our mission is simple: empower, elevate, and engage. We are not just another media outlet. 2, our producers will help you build your show, add content, and put you on 15 different platforms. 3, we help you promote your show. Whether it is through captivating articles, thought-provoking videos, or inspiring podcasts, we are here to help you make a difference. What sets us apart? At FFN Media Network, we embrace hard work. Our team of talented producers and creators come from all social classes, ensuring that our content reflects a rich tapestry of experiences, cultures, and viewpoints. Join the FFN team. Join FFN Media Network and be part of a community that celebrates creativity, authenticity, and positive impact. Let us amplify your voice and share your story on FFN Network and with the world. Get to know our founder, Blaise St. Pierre, the new guy in the media industry. So if you have a great idea for a show or a business and want to place an ad on FFN Network, give us a call at 774-704-5145 or email us at ffnnetwork9@gmail.com and join the FFN Network family. Thank you. FFN Network.
Blaise man.
What's up, bro?
Where's everybody else?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
I like that, bro. I like that.
Oh, now you love it, huh? It's badass when you see it that way, huh?
Man, that was cool, bro. Yeah, that was cool, man.
The flying blood splatter. That was.
Yeah, that's his.
We're gonna tweak it up a little bit.
That's his intro.
But
Donnie,
what are
want
we,
one?
No, I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
Well, we have to play it again, then, man. Check it out.
No.
See, now I even know where to. I know where. I gotta tweak it. So
okay,
I'll take it down.
Blaise,
but anyways, that was just something I was working on for Mr. D. He asked me if I could look into something intro or whatever for him. What's up?
I sent a little clip to you just now in the private chat, and it's only 44 seconds long, and I just want to do a special shout out to World War II veterans.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. I'm with you.
I think Donnie would really enjoy looking at the video.
Yeah,
bring him back some memories and stuff of smelling that JP8 coming out of them turbos.
So what D is referring to is the QR. What is the deal with the QR code? Oh, check it out. Click it. Anyways, this video that D wants to show, we're almost done for the night anyway, so we could horse around for 15 minutes here.
What kind of horse?
What?
Yeah.
No, let's talk about that Treasury Department shit. How they're gonna open up transactions and shit with Cuba. Y'all read that shit?
No, well, I didn't get any info on that.
I put it in the group text. I plan to put it in the group messenger shit.
Well,
Hot damn. Cohibas. All right. Yeah.
I didn't say.
Damn hayseed.
Fuck, man, I put it where y'all tell me to put it.
All right, go ahead, D. You were saying, bro.
No, and
it's the 80th anniversary. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, a little story. In the 80s, when I was in Germany as a soldier, the first hunt would come around and get volunteers that wanted to go. And I was always intimidated and stuff. And what it was to go to Normandy and do the Luxembourg Memorial Day. And I just kicked myself in the ass. And every year of anniversary, they always do a drop.
You didn't go?
Drop of soldiers. No, I never
All
went,
in
man.
You were there. You never went and seen that.
Wow.
No. The Hefe Weissen tasted a lot better them days. That's German beer.
Yeah. And they serve it warm too.
No, I plan on going there and seeing where George Patton, the murdered guy, he was murdered, guys.
Yeah, he was. Some
We'll have to talk about that on a show one day. All right, D. So what's the purpose of the video here?
No, I just want to show what the airborne goes through, and we got a
so they're
qualified. We have a qualified guest to watch how they're pulling on the strings and doing their kicks and all that.
Whatever. There ain't no
Good.
Yeah.
Good. No, put it back up. Hit play.
There he is.
Kicks. What are
bicycle
kicks?
kick?
What are you talking
bicycle
about?
kick. So you get off that.
Oh my god.
And there's no fucking directionals on those shoots either. It's like wherever it takes you.
Yes, there is.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
See, look at that fool. He's kicking. Tabo is kicking. He's running out his canopy.
Now, Donald, I'm not fucking with you at all. But if you do, he's saying bicycle kick. Now, is there a purpose for the bicycle kick, Donald?
If I remember right, when your risers are twisted, yes, you can bicycle kick and untwist your visors.
And it'll help you unturn. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
cool.
If I remember right, I ain't done it in a long time. But yeah.
So that's like a safety, part of safety,
yes.
right?
If your risers are twisted, you ain't. It once again, you're going wherever it takes you. You need the risers to control where you're going.
Okay. All right.
And
thanks for that, brother.
And then you got to fill up the reservoir of blinker juice.
Blinker juice. My God.
Whatever.
Oh, so they're jumping out of vintage World War II planes.
Well, watch the impact. Watch their impact. Tell me
that guy in the middle right there, he's not good, man. He got to get the knees together. I don't know. Feet and knees together,
man.
Airborne.
You didn't catch him breaking any limbs or anything like that. But what was you saying, Donnie, when they were coming down there? Like, they better do what?
Them legs looked awfully wide apart. Get them feet and knees together. That's what they always tell us. Feet and knees together, Airborne, you'll be okay.
Now, I got to ask you, we've heard what the bicycle kick is. What kind of kick do you call it when you got somebody in the door who decides he don't want to go, so you got to kick him out? What kind of kick was that?
Call that a good boot in the ass.
Hey, I was told that they literally do that. If you're fucking up there and you like don't want to go, they give
I did it to one of my. Well, he worked with me. Supposedly, I was an E4. Dude was an E2. He stalled in the door, and I was like, no, hell no! You just kick back, you hand off your riser, and then kick you in your ass right out that way. And there you go.
Fucking A.
Wow.
Jump master approved.
Yeah, jump master, kick your ass right on out in the wind. That's why the song when you sing Cadence about kicking your ass in the wind. Yeah, that's just true.
And we got Annie Hartford here since her dad joined the Navy.
We would like to thank your dad for his service. Ann says, my dad joined the Navy when he was 17 and fought in World War II. Do you know where he was stationed from, Ann? What ship he was on? That'd be nice to know. So June 6th, man. One of the
the place.
Operation Overlord.
Turning points of the war. Donald, what'd you say, buddy?
What is Operation Overlord? What is that, Mr. B?
Operation Overlord. That was pretty much the invasion
That was
of
the
Europe
code name.
into France. The code name for it,
Oh,
where
okay.
a conglomerate of a number of different nations all came together to in aerial attack as well as landings and so forth, parachutings, as well as landings on beaches. Gold, Juno, Sword, Omaha, I believe, were all
Yep.
names of the beaches.
It was the British, the Americans, and the Canadians.
I believe they also had some others that were there as well.
No.
The British, the American, the Canadians. I believe they may have had some Poles, if I'm not mistaken, that were mixed in with them. They had been sort of bottlenecked up at their launching point because of bad weather, and there was some sort of a break that wasn't expected. It came, and they had these people on the ship. They said, "Okay, we're going, whether you like it or not," and it worked, but not without a great amount, and I mean a great amount of sacrifice by a large amount of
at the point you had no choice. When you did it, when it was launched, it launched because there were errors like no tomorrow. First of all, we sent squadrons of bombers, and they were supposed to hit all of those turrets all along the beach, and they missed them by a mile and a half. All the shells fell all behind them. That fucked it right then and there, because that was what was supposed to take a good percentage of those pillboxes out of there, and they just totally blew that. Not only did that get blown, then the parachuting force, they get dropped. Fucking, I think it was almost 4.5 clicks from where their destination was supposed to be. It was a disaster. It didn't go according to fucking plan at all.
Well,
Okay?
let me say one thing in behalf of the old Army Air Corps, which is the Air Force now. We own the skies as of today. We have the best pilots, the best ammunition, and all that. Was that probably a lesson learned from World War II? Yes. Them lessons carry through leaders, i.e., generals, colonels, sergeant majors, first sergeants.
You had to, at that point, some books that I read and things to that nature, biographies I watch, and so on and so forth. That Jesus Christ, I hate getting old.
I just want to say when we first went to Iraq and stuff, they were getting on us, putting our camouflage net over our howitzers in the first arm. It's like, we're not doing that. We have Air Force superiority. And that was the whole mentality during that 100 hours. Fuck it, our Air Force was rocking it.
Right. Exactly. You didn't
and the airborne,
from the fucking
airborne dude, they and I speak half out of my ass, but they out of 4Ks, what they off landed, I think they could probably get them within 4 meters today. Donnie?
Yeah.
Oh, you can be spot on. They're good with that stuff.
Oh yeah.
No, we've come a long way, man. We've come a long way.
Without a doubt. B, come on, man. We're talking World War II here, bro.
It was either Rickover or maybe it was Herman Goering that said, "He who controls the skies controls the war."
Yeah,
and largely that is correct.
Yeah, he was fighting Patton down there in Africa.
Yes. Actually, he was fighting Montgomery. Montgomery kicked his ass out of Africa.
Yeah.
And then Patton when Patton fought him, Patton didn't actually fight him at all. He was back in fucking the motherland.
That wasn't Rickover. You're talking about the Desert Fox.
Yeah.
That's not Rickover. That's
who was talking about Rickover?
I was when I said he'd come up with a quote: "He who controls the skies controls the war."
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Hey, so can we get on to something about President Biden again in Russia and Ukraine?
Go ahead.
So, HIMARS missiles went and attacked air defense sites inside Russian territory. Now the German president and the French president, equivalent, they're saying it's okay. And do we not remember how Biden was saying he was going to hold aid if he attacked targets outside of Russia? So when did that change? And to me, that's an act of war if I'm Russia. To me, that's an act of war by everything Putin's been talking shit about NATO allies getting too close to his borders, about the U.S. doing a proxy war. Everything, all the shit Putin been talking, half of it's coming true now. So I'm sorry, but when we go into war?
So you're saying now, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, man.
There is a division that's getting deployed to Poland, and that's no top secret. That's no top secret shit either. It's all over the internet. A fucking heavy division.
A heavy division is going to Poland. You don't think that's going to spark?
We have a heavy division going to Poland.
Yes.
That's what I just said. Not fucking good news. Sorry, my headphones were yeah, I got this to show real quick. Pop this in real quick, yeah.
Ukraine to strike targets on Russian soil with long-range weapons they are supplying. This a significant policy change that does come as Ukrainian troops are losing ground in the war. The deputy head of Russia's Security Council expressed outrage Friday, warning this could lead Moscow into a war with NATO. Brian Taylor is a professor of political science at Syracuse University, joining us now to talk more about all of this. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us this morning.
Yeah, hey, look, I agree with Donnie, man. That's this fucking war.
Thank you, Josh. All right, so first off, can you provide a little bit of clarity on exactly what it is that the U.S. and Germany are allowing Ukraine to do with those weapons?
So this situation arose because of the Russian attack on Kharkiv, which is Ukraine's second largest city and only about 20 miles away from the Russian border. And Ukraine could see Russian troops massing, preparing to attack just across the border, and were basically unable to strike back with weapons provided by the U.S. and some of our allies. So what the U.S. and some other countries have decided is that that's not really reasonable to make Ukraine just have to wait and watch, and so they can strike back at areas just across the border with U.S. supplied equipment, hit troop emplacements, military depots, logistics points, those kinds of things.
And my question is, what kinds of weapons are we talking about?
So for the most part, with this specific decision, it has to do with artillery that will allow Ukraine to strike back against targets across the border inside Russia, some types of missiles. But at the same time, the United States has stated that this does not open up to the use of longer range missiles to strike deeper inside Russia. So it is very much about troop concentrations, depots, logistics within, a couple dozen miles of the Ukrainian border inside Russia.
Are there other countries that already do kind of supply weapons to Ukraine without any sort of limits of any kind?
Yeah, the U.S. is actually kind of behind the curve compared to quite a few of our NATO allies in this respect. I was trying to add it up, and I think there are roughly a dozen NATO countries that.
Okay, guys, I think this is something that we're gonna, we'll finish up next week. If you guys to decide to either or. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank each and every one of you that tuned in tonight for The Way We See It with myself, Blazeman, Mr. D, Mr. Donnie, and Mr. B. I'm gonna miss this shit with the guys right here. But if you want to see my mug, you can catch me on Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. To check me out at the coffee shop with Blazeman Sundays at 10 a.m. Guys, it was fucking like pleasure, awesome, all the way from the rabbit hole to The Way We See It. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I'll still be here with the guys, you know what I mean? Producing, putting some shit across the screen and blah, blah, this and that. But the guys are going to do great. They're still going to be here on Tuesday nights. There might be a time change, and you guys can FFN network at gmail.com all you want, and let these guys know if you want the show to continue to stay 2 hours, 1 hour, or whatever. So you can let them know through an email. That might help them make a decision. Again, thanks everybody. Peace and love, and be kind. If you got it, give it. Oh, Mr. D.
It was nice having you on, Blaze, man.
Yeah.
To be continued. Everybody keep your switch on, be positive, have a good time. That's all I got, Blaze.
Mr. D. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Donald. Yeah.
Just like always, man, how we're connecting, whatever, appreciate you. If you got that same email Blaze talks about, or, emails, text, call, if you want us to talk about something specific, let us know. We're up for anything. Other than that, hey, think positive, do positive everywhere you can. I'll see y'all next week on Papa Smoke.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. B.
D-Man, great show. Casper Friendly Ghost, it's been fun. I'm looking forward to next week with you. Tomorrow night, we got Conversation with Mr. B starting at 7 o'clock, followed up by the I-12 GIA group. Those guys, you don't want to miss what they've got to say. I want to reach out and say thank you very much again for all this love and support from Ann Hartford, a wonderful person who has been so instrumental in continuing the upbeat feeling that we have, knowing that there are people that are out there that are watching us. We love it. Stay safe, stay warm and dry. If you got somebody you love, make sure you tell them every day. I'm Mr. B. I'll see you all again soon. Take care.
Good night, everybody. I don't even know if we have a thing. Yeah, we do. It's right there.
Why do you believe what you believe? Because at some point in your life, you trusted the information that somebody was giving you. And that someone you trusted told you that a car was a car, a tree was a tree, a bird was a bird, the blue stuff above you is the sky. And that's the way that we began to determine what we believe to be a fact. Most of the things that we believe to be a fact in our lives are told to us through our stories or the news that we hear. So my question would be, if they were deceiving you with the stories they tell you, would you be able to recognize that?
You have just watched an FFN Network production.